We can now finally configure the default route out of router 2. Bring up PuTTY for your router 2. And we configure the default route as a static route. So from any IP and any subnet, send that IP packet to 10.56.16.1. This is our default route. Don't forget to commit. An IP packet coming in from any IP address and any subnet. In our case here, we have 2 subnets. So from any IP address on this subnet and from any IP address on this subnet, forward that on to the default gateway for router 2, or default route as it is called in Junos, over to router 1, the .1 IP address. The netting settings are part of the security configuration part. The rule set to zone trust is wrong. It should be rule set to zone untrust. To correct it, we run the same command, but this time we do delete instead of setting. And that rule set is now deleted. So source address from any IP address and any subnet should be network address translated. Destination address can be any, and it can be any subnet. If that is the case, then do source netting. NAT to the interfaces in the untrust zone. And here we have our source NAT configuration part, from interfaces in the trust zone to interfaces in the untrust zone. Let us bring up workstation to see that it is actually working. PC3 here. Let's try and ping dr.dk. That went fine. What about our DNS server? Well, we actually already know that that knows. Otherwise, if your DNS server is not reachable, then you cannot use a domain name in your ping. We should, of course, show the internet over on our network diagram. So what we did here was to ping across all the routers that we know of and on the internet over to dr.dk. And what we did here was to ping the 888 DNS server somewhere out there on the internet. It's just a server like the dr.dk server symbolized here, but it's a server that we haven't drawn our network drawing here, but it is there because it is responding as expected. Our NATing is working.